Greetings, everyone. My name is Cedric Chuma for Financial Insight Zambia, and welcome to Season 3 of the FIZ Show. Right now, I am joined by the CEO of Gradix Consulting, Mulenga Mutati. Mulenga, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And how are you doing, Cedric?
I'm good. A pleasure to have you on the show, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So you have extensive industry experience as an actuary. Are you able to tell us what being a professional actuary means and what does that entail?
Yeah, sure. So actuaries are spread across sort of three sectors and mainly financial institutions. So actuaries could work in insurance, they could work in pensions, they could work in banking. But their key role in all these settings is risk management and capital management. So, for example, in an insurance company, actuaries are responsible for calculating how much capital the company should hold just in case claims come in the future, right? So, like you buy motor insurance, some of that premium you pay is invested, but some of that needs to be held on the balance sheet just in case you come and make a claim, right? On the banking side, the key risks there are credit risk. So actuaries assist with the credit modeling aspects in the banking space. Yes.
Okay, so what does the industry opportunity look like at local level from your unique perspective as Gradix Consulting?
I think the opportunity is immense. So where sort of the actual profession is coming from within Zambia, majority of the services were being done by international companies, right? So actuaries have actually existed within Zambia, but they've existed in long-term risk companies such as life insurance companies where their liabilities are more long-term, or pension funds. Banks, not so much. But recently, at least on the insurance side, there was a new insurance act that was passed, which required all insurance companies to have an appointed actuary. Right, so before it was just life insurance companies that needed to have an actuary. Now this has shifted to general insurance companies as well. So in terms of local opportunity, I think the opportunity is immense, not just for the consulting profession, but also for the students that are coming out of UNZA or UNILAS. There's hope that when they come out of university, there's a job waiting for them because insurance companies will now be looking to build actuarial functions within the business.
You've mentioned students from UNZA, UNILAS. Are you able to tell us about what the talent pool looks like, and do you actually onboard professionals or people who are new graduates from the local talent pool, or is the industry mostly dependent on external talent?
So UNZA and UNILAS, they both have actuarial science degrees, and we've onboarded, I think to date, at least 3 people from each of those universities. And what I found is, in terms of technical ability, they are very technically sharp. The only sort of training I've had to do is, helping them with the messaging. But if you tell them go away and build a model, etc., they can do, all the fancy new VBA, Python, etc. So technically, they're very sharp. It's just that in the past, they haven't had the right opportunities to use these skills in a relevant industry.
Okay, and what are some of the key trends that you have identified in the industry, and how are they affecting you?
So far in the last couple of years, the key trends have been regulatory driven. So going back to the insurance industry, the new Insurance Act, which was passed, required companies to have an appointed actuary. But beyond that, there's been a change in the accounting standard. So insurance companies used to report under what's called IFRS 4. Now they've moved to IFRS 17. And what this has brought about is recognition of the profitability in the contracts the insurance companies are writing. In essence, that basically means insurance companies will now shift from, targeting volume, or we've written the highest premium this year, to actually targeting profitable business. So before, most companies or most underwriters may have been remunerated based on the volume of business they bring. But now I believe there'll be a shift to looking at which underwriters are actually bringing in profitable business into the business.
And also, how do you prioritize risk when developing a risk management portfolio for your clients, either organizations or even individual portfolios?
So essentially, first of all, we take a holistic view, right? So I'll give you an example, and you can also jump in if you've got the answer. For example, a bank. What do you think the highest risk associated to a bank is?
Loan default.
Exactly. So you start from credit risk, right? It's the highest risk that the bank could be exposed to. So in building our propositions, we focus on how we can help them estimate the credit risk associated to the loans they've sent out. Again, on the insurance side, the highest risk is the claims that are coming in are higher than you expected or higher than you considered when you were pricing the product. So again, for the insurance companies, we help them with understanding the extent of the risk on the policies they've written, as well as the pricing element, right? Helping them actually price risks according to the exposure in those respective areas. So we start from a holistic view and essentially filter down to all the other underlying risks that feed into this main overarching risk.
Okay, and maybe are you able to enlighten us on what your unique value offering as Gradix Consulting is that's different from other competitors of the market?
Unique value offering, one of them, we're a local company. We're able to, and that makes us able to deliver at pace and deliver in a face-to-face interaction. And what that also means, we're able to effectively upskill our clients, right? Most international consulting firms, most of their assignment would be done from wherever they're sat, and everything will be via email, and maybe you may have a Teams call. But with technical type of work that we do, it's always better to sit face-to-face, someone walk them through the model from A to B. And we found clients are engaged much more with being able to sit next to you and you actually explaining them step by step. So that's a unique value proposition. And then also the quality of our work. My team and I have really sort of invested in ensuring that we provide good quality work to our clients. And that's based on obviously our previous experience. For me, I spent most of my time in the UK. So I worked for AIG, I worked for KPMG, and then PwC. So essentially what we are bringing as Greylex is the quality of the big four and these international firms within our business.
And also, are you able to tell us the importance of data analytics and technology in modern day risk management, as well as how you have integrated this in your offering?
Yeah, sure. So data analytics is the next thing, and as well as AI. We've integrated, so most of the clients we work with have massive sets of data, right? It's data spanning 20 or whatever years. What we've done, particularly on the insurance and banking side, we've been able to integrate or use the latest in terms of modeling approaches. So we use Python in order to calculate, for example, the expected credit risk, as well as calculating the capital that companies need to hold. We basically build our models out of Python. And then on the back of that, we've got visualization tools that will allow the companies on the face of the report or the face of the Excel of our sheet to actually see where the key pain points are or see the key areas of risk, and thereafter drill down into what is actually driving this core component of risk.
And also, what do you identify as some of the biggest challenges facing the actuarial profession as well as risk management profession in the coming years?
For us as the actuarial profession, it's been a challenge for a while, and I think it will still be a challenge for the short to medium term. Our main worry is brain drain, right? So like I said, as part of I'm the president of the Actuarial Society of Zambia as well. Our membership is up to about 80 to 90 people. Majority of them, I would say about 80% of them, of the membership, are students, right? In terms of qualified actuaries, there are only 3 of us. The worry is that there are not enough opportunities within Zambia, or not enough forthcoming opportunities for them to actually be able to take advantage of when they finish university. So I think before we set up Grey Lakes, a lot of the actual students would maybe find a way to sort of now transfer their skills. So instead of going into an actuarial profession, they may say, okay, fine, I failed to find a job as an actuary, maybe let me try accounting, right? Or I failed to find a job as an actuary, fine, I'm working in an insurance company, but I'm working in claims, or I'm working in underwriting. So they're not working in the actual actuarial space. So then that's happened is a lot of people have now left, found opportunities in South Africa. For me, I worked in the UK for most of my career, and there are a lot of other people who work outside of Zambia. So brain drain is a key risk, but the hope is with raising awareness of the profession and encouraging employers to actually start recruiting actuaries, right? Because the skill set is pretty unique. It's very, very technical, especially institutions such as banks, pension funds, and even beyond that. We've got an ability to understand large amounts of data and make meaningful results from the data that we've basically analyzed.
Okay, and as the Actuarial Association of Zambia, how are you setting about actually addressing some of these challenges?
So for us, it's a lot of awareness. So we carry out training programs, and as well as interact with key stakeholders, so senior key stakeholders like the regulator, being the Pensions and Insurance Authority, as well as the Bank of Zambia. We interact with the ministers, so the ministers that are responsible for the institutions that actuaries usually work in. So this would be the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, as well as the Ministry of Finance, and just making them aware that there is actually a pool of talent within Zambia that just needs the training to be actually able to deliver on actual assignments. So in the past, and this is also a discussion that we've had with a lot of senior people, they're used to seeing reports from other countries, from actual firms in other countries. But I think it's a time now for us to embrace the talent that we have within and support this profession. Yes.
Mulenga, it's been very, very enlightening.
Thank you
so much for being part of the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
This has been Cedric Chuma for Financial Insight Zambia. Get to know.